Have we considered the idea that the Alabama fall-off post-Nick Saban was actually gigantic and beating Georgia was just a fluke? And I know you may roll your eyes and laugh at that, especially if you're an Alabama fan, but I need you to think about the mental gymnastics you have to do to get away from that point. Alabama goes out and loses to 6-6 Vanderbilt. That has to be a complete fluke. Okay. Alabama loses a second game to 6-6 Oklahoma. 2 flukes in one season? Alright, this is getting sketchy. Alabama then loses to Tennessee, who gets dominated by Georgia just a few short weeks later, and then absolutely mauled by Ohio State tonight. So was Alabama losing to Tennessee a fluke, or was Georgia and Ohio State beating Tennessee by 3 and 4 scores a fluke? We're having to assign a lot of games fluke status at this point to pretend like Alabama is this dominant team that really had a chance of going in and winning a college football playoff. Wouldn't it be much easier to just look at Georgia-Alabama in entirety and look at that second half and say, oh, that's what would happen if they didn't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times? Alabama couldn't beat Oklahoma on the road. They couldn't beat Vanderbilt on the road. They couldn't beat Tennessee on the road. Do you expect me to think they're going to go to Columbus and have a shot against Ohio State? If I had to guess, I would say that Alabama fans should just be thankful that they get to talk from home and they get to have these hypotheticals, because if they would have gotten the playoff and they would have been playing against Ohio State on the road or Penn State on the road, it likely would have been a pretty similar outcome to what we saw last night. I think that Alabama would have gotten blown out in Columbus last night. I think they would have lost to Penn State by multiple scores. How many Nick Saban teams would you have said that about? The Alabama fall-off, at least for now, it's real. It's very real, and beating Georgia was a fluke.